My name is Wei An. I am a contemporary dancer and choreographer. Welcome to Dancing the Fall. As the name implies, this class is about falling and how falling can be applied in dance in order to discover new creative possibilities and find some new ways of moving. Let's jump into it. Now, the first thing we have to do is to warm up. And warm up always begins here. We're going to do a really simple exercise, breathing in for 4 counts and breathing out for 6. When you breathe in, you're going to pull air into your stomach, so your stomach is going to expand. And when you breathe out, you're going to squeeze your stomach to squeeze the air out of you. Ready? 4 counts in, 6 counts out. Look at my belly. Here we go. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now I want you to hold this position in your stomach, squeezing, and try to maintain this while you resume breathing like normal again. So you squeeze the stomach, but you keep breathing. And this squeezing of the stomach is what's going to support our lower back and connect our legs to our upper body as we dance. That's step 1. For step 2, we're going to go back to Pendidikan Jasmani class in primary and secondary school. Putting your feet together, and you're going to start by drawing circles with your knees. First, nice little circles, and then making the circles bigger and bigger and bigger. Now you can do this in different ways. You can do it with your hips like this, hips and shoulders all in line with your knees, or you can do it kind of sitting down on an imaginary chair. So I can go this way, or I can go this way. And both warm you up in different ways, and they're both important and valuable. Over to you. For this last warm-up, we're going to be on the floor. Like so. You're going to have your fingers pointing forward, and the insides of your elbows pointing forwards as well. We're going to start just by rocking from side to side on our hands. And once you've got some good motion going, you're going to start including forwards and backwards as well. So like with our knees, you're going to start drawing circles with your body. And then you're going to go the other way too, warming up the wrists and the shoulders. And with all 3 of these warm-up exercises, take your time, do them as many times as you need to, till you feel like you're ready and you're set. Just press pause, warm yourself up, and then when you're ready to jump back in, press play again. See you in a bit. For this class, we're going to be learning one way, or one idea rather, about how to go down to the floor and get back up again. This idea is really simple. It's called taking the stairs. Naik dan turun tangga. We've all taken the stairs before, whether at home or in school. That's all you're going to do. Trying to create a staircase with the different parts of your body. We're going to start with our legs because those are the things that are already on the floor. And if you break your legs down into a staircase, you're going to go foot, knee, hip. Right? That's it. Foot, knee, hip. To go down to the floor, I go foot, I put my knee on the floor, and then I get my hip down to the floor. And then to come back up, I just reverse that. I go from my hip to my knee to my foot. Let me turn this way and show you. I'm gonna go foot, I put my knee on the floor, I put my hand on the floor to help me, and then I sit down. And then I go hip, hip comes up, knee comes up, and if you want, foot comes up too. And that's the staircase with the legs. You can also do the same thing with your hands, like so. If my knees are already on the floor, I can go one hand, my elbow, and then my shoulder. And then to get back up, I just do the opposite. From my shoulder, go to my elbow, to my hand, hands off. One more time. I go hand, to my elbow, to my shoulder, and then reverse that to come back up. My shoulder comes off the floor, my elbow comes off the floor, my hand comes off the floor. I have a staircase. We can also put these two things together to go from top all the way down, in which I go first step, second step, third step, number 4, number 5, number 6. And then I reverse that to come up. 6 comes up, 5 comes up, 4 comes up. I did 3 at the same time. Now 2, now 1. So by breaking your body down into pieces and going step by step, you can go down into the floor and get back up safely. One thing to take note of is that you don't necessarily have to go in this sequence. Foot, knee, hip, hand, elbow, shoulder. The sequence of steps that you take is entirely up to you. For example, I could go foot, and then hand, and then hip, and then elbow, and then shoulder. And then from shoulder, I could go straight to my knees with a little push from my hands, back to my feet, and then from my hands to my feet. So I break up the sequence and I change the order of the staircase. But the easiest way to do it is still from the foot to the knee, to the hip, the hand, the elbow, the shoulder. One thing that you gotta remember as you do this is that when you put your hip or your shoulder down on the floor, your hip or your shoulder need to be near your foot or your hand. If I demonstrate with just the legs, you can understand why. From this position, if I put my hip down near my foot, whoop, I have a nice, easy, controlled descent from this position back to the floor. But if I put my hip far away from my hand, let me turn this way, far away from my foot, sorry. If I put my hip far away from my foot, this is what happens. Badoop. And this little badoop is what we want to avoid, because the bigger the impact, the more likely you are to get injured. So make sure as you go down to the floor, foot, knee, hip. Hip and foot are near each other and not far away. That is taking the stairs. Now, what we're gonna do is put this idea of taking the stairs together into a little improvisation. What I mean by that is we're gonna take the idea and we're gonna jumble it up and mess it up like a jigsaw puzzle with all the different parts of our bodies, and then just see what comes out. Kind of like our very Malaysian rojak. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set a time of 1 minute on my phone, and I'm just gonna play around. I'm gonna start slowly and simple first so that you can see and copy what I'm doing. And then when you're comfortable, you can get into it and just do it your own way. Ready? 1 minute starts now. Start by going foot to the knee, to my hip, my hand, my elbow, my shoulder, to the other side. Shoulder, elbow, my hand, my knee's already on the floor. Stand up to the other side. My hand, my elbow, another hand, another elbow, my hip. Squiggling through to lie down on my chest. My hands, I'm gonna pull my legs to myself. And coming up. Now I'm gonna speed up a little bit. I'm gonna go knee, hip, sitting up, poke, And that's my alarm. Now, to wrap things up, we're gonna take what we just did, that improvisation, and put it together with some music. All you need to think about is taking the steps that we've already learned. The foot, the hip, the knee, the elbow, the shoulder, and matching that to the rhythm and the tempo of the music. We're gonna do a little demonstration for you. Again, going slow and then getting faster so that you can see what this is like for yourself. Here we go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is dancing the fall. Taking a simple idea like going down or back up the staircase and applying it to our body in as many ways as we can to find all the possibilities that we can find out of one simple idea. Well done today, and thank you for participating. If you like this class and would like to learn more or see what other work I do check out my website www.weallfalldown.dance, or look for me on Instagram at weallfalldown.dance. Once again, thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you at the next one.